and/or they get scared of switching sides. Ladies on the court, let's play pickleball. It's a skill.
Yep.
It's a skill.
Forehand drive up the middle, sailing long, and both players on the near end pulling that paddle back. Mary Brascia pulling it early again.
She's sick of hearing about right side can't attack. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't blame her at all. She played great yesterday and starting strong early.
And Maggie said yesterday was cross-court attack day, not today. Get that out of here.
Yeah, Maggie's forehand is very good.
Yes.
It's very, very good.
Oh, nice from Megan Dizon. Mary is the oldest of 3 sisters. You've got Maggie there, and then Molly, the youngest, is just a unbelievable diver for UCLA. So lots of talent from the Brascia family. Beautiful angle.
And that's what I want to see. That was about a 4-shot combination, and she was a little hesitant on the first ball. Get over there, especially when your opponents are hitting soft. If you're a left side stud, make your presence known.
Wow, little flick down the line and then ready with the forehand, Adam.
Yeah, 2 very nice 2-shot combinations for Megan Dizon on the right side early.
Another good leave there, and it's great to have Etta Wright back and healthy, Adam. She is one of the most beautiful players to watch because the movement and the flow of her game is so effortless.
Yeah, smooth as silk.
2-0-1. Point.
Just a slight little early frustration from Mary Brascia talking to herself.
3-0-1.
Oh, and Maggie gets tagged, and Megan Dizon's like, I'm only playing 1 match. I'm making the best of all of it. That forehand has looked terrific.
Yeah, you don't have to just be a dinker over there on the right. She is playing an offensive right side and playing it well.
Mary might have played an out ball in the middle of that, and that's the difference.
I think so. And we saw how great the length is on the near end. It's not just for reaching in the kitchen and being offensive. It's for those digs in the midcourt and the ability to get a paddle on the ball as well. So hoping that Dizon and Etta Wright cool down a little bit.
They are on fire. No freebies, just playing perfect.
Yeah, even the ambitious attack coming in hot from a low position, just jamming up Maggie. Nothing she can do to get out of the way.
Wow.
Point.
And out of the timeout, nothing has been quelled at all. 7-0.
7-0-1.
That goes wide. 8 on a 1 here, Adam.
And maybe the first time that they were completely beat. Etta was completely beat with that shot, and then it clips the tape and goes wide. That's just how game 1 has gone so far.
Second serve.
A nice spot at the left foot with a mid-pace roll from Mary.
Side out.
Yeah, it could be something that simple.
Yeah.
As 2 quick errors from Etta Wright, that could get some momentum going. Let's just hope it's not too little too late in game 1. Yeah, shoulder high to Megan Dizon is a
bad idea.
Yeah, it's not a recipe for success.
Hits it as hard as anyone, and I am including the men's draw in that. It is smoked off that proton paddle. And did absolutely nothing with the ball. And Wright, very good at getting the ball down. You love to call it the dirt. I couldn't agree more.
8-0-1. Second serve.
Pronate the wrist there,
Yeah.
Maggie.
The casual putaways for Maggie Brascia, I really love all of them.
They're just entertaining because
8-0-2.
just chewing the gum and little violent cross-court winner. No big deal.
Point.
Same lady, though, and we're at 9-0.
9-0-2.
I mean, this is as far from a pickle expected match as I would ever see. And it is Megan Dizon throwing up the perfect first lob of this match, and we are at pickle point.
Yeah, not known for that. Maybe they watched a little tape from the Kawamoto match. That can be a good option.
And David up, but here we go. Pickle point. Big swing at that, but they get the ball back.
Yeah, but a nice reach in either way from Mary Brascia and Megan Dizon. So much power, but several feet off the kitchen line on that last one.
Wow. Is Megan Dizon ready to play ball today? My goodness.
I think she's upset with her mixed partner.
Yes.
She's taking it out on the poor Brascia.
The Brascias are like, what in the world did we do to you? Then a little off speed. I mean, it is everything here today, Megan Dizon. Another chance to pickle the Brascias.
10-0-1.
And that will do it. Stunning. This is a match where we thought this could go deep, and it still might, but 11-0, Adam.
Out of the air and off the bounce right now from the right side.
Yeah, this is where this format of our sport is much better than football. If you lose the first quarter 24-0, the 24 is still part of your score. The 11 is done. Wow. What a get from Mary Brascia. Oh, no, and after all that, it was clankaroo in the middle.
And Megan knows it's her bad. She was very upset with herself. And talk about the length on defense that I mentioned earlier. Wow. It was on full display right there.
Was it ever.
Second serve.
We got to nail the fundamentals on the road back here.
0-0-2.
Yeah, the fundamentals on shot selection and the fundamentals from the ground up with the footwork and the knee bend is always a great place to start to get things going again.
And Wright probably didn't love the fact that the crowd extra cheer for a miss there, and a peg on an ATP from Mary Brascia.
Very difficult ATP, completely around the outside of the ball to bring it back in the court. This is the start they needed.
Wow, is it ever? Okay, come at me some more, Megan. I'm ready now, Megan. Wow.
We're punching from the belly button with plenty of pace, Maggie Brascia.
Boy.
Side out.
Just to have the forehand loaded twice for Etta, that's something special.
I don't know how she disregarded the backhand in that particular situation, but boom, boom, two forehands point over.
Second serve.
Great first volley from Maggie, and there is jump in the step of the Brascias.
0-3-2.
A slight miss hit, I could hear it after a penetrating return, really forced a tough third shot drive, and ball back over with no damage done. I'll say it again, great start.
And Mary Brascia catches Etta Wright just completely confused.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often. And to reach in that far to the kitchen and control it to the left shoulder, really good.
Apparently, Adam, you can only win points on this half of the court
Yes.
that the Brascias are on. That's 15 in a row here.
Seems to be the case.
We'll see if that holds up. Again, those interesting zebra stripes are in the middle of the court from the shadows and the sun coming through.
Yeah, that's 2 third-shot drives now for Maggie. Really the only poor shot selections or poor execution in this game too early.
Second serve.
Mary is bouncing around. Yeah, she is on her toes. We talked about from the ground up, get the footwork going to kind of get it all going, and that's what's happening.
Etta returns the favor with maybe the best backhand flick on the lady side. Just so good.
And good extension, too. Taking that time away. It's just my favorite thing. No different than hitting it hard, as I always say. Reach in there, put pressure on.
Wow, Maggie did everything she needed to sort of put out a fire.
Some of the recoil on these exchanges and the 2 and 3 shot combos from everyone is really, really good.
Wow.
She's been crisp from the kitchen line and struggling from the back of the court right now.
See if Dizon and Wright notice that when they have to return a ball. They hope they don't have to do that for a while. Oh, just absolute filth, Maggie. Whoa. That was not up, by the way.
Yeah, easy double bounce, but the top spin drop shot inside out. Okay.
4-3-1.
Wow, that caught. Not coming back.
No, it isn't. And some great digs from Maggie.
Yes.
But how many times when Mary is back does she not get a paddle on the ball? And it's not very many.
No. That's the blunt force trauma of Megan Dizon.
Side out.
And what was working to start to now catching the tape a little bit, and the ball back just down 1 for the Utah duo.
serve.
That's a great spot in the middle as Megan was sliding over to cover the line, and Maggie's so good at the inside out. Froze Etta Wright as well.
Side out.
So they cannot reply with any, and seems important here. The Brascia's having a little chat here. Again, that sisterly confidence in each other is so important.
I tried to call it telekinesis once, but it is telepathy.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me on that one, Dave. Yeah, we're not. You said we're not moving things with our mind out here.
Timeout receiver.
And a timeout is called. So
6-3-1.
So here we go, and they are just on a 1 here. So can they keep this going?
Yeah, that's tough. Moving forward, really lots of power on that first volley, and Maggie lets it go.
7-3-1.
Yeah, and no switch of sides here. So we've seen this happen before to this team. And the ball comes from different angles, and mistakes often come with it, and we are at 8-3.
8-3-1.
Yeah, it comes from different angles, but once again, when it's shoulder high and not a little bit lower like it was previous point, it's a night-night situation.
Yeah. I mean, power is power wherever she's standing on the court. Maggie couldn't believe she gave it that particular ball. Just missed wide, so they do put 3 on top of it.
3-8-1.
Yeah, when she loads up with the forehand, it's really good stuff. I know she got caught on her backside once or twice, but it's a clean counter off of her paddle on the forehand side. Oh, that was one-handed flick to one-handed flick. Interesting pattern.
You don't see that very often.
You don't. And Maggie, she's got it. She doesn't go straight ahead as often. She pulls it cross court, but she's got some good spin on that one-hander.
Just wide.
Side out.
Yeah, nice reach in from Maggie. Just late sliding from Megan Dizon.
8-4-1.
So we've got a
Media timeout.
TV timeout here, so no one will be charged for that, of course. We are. Timeout, Dave and Adam. So here we go. Mary Brascia to serve to Megan Dizon.
And I don't really think that the Brascias did too much, maybe a couple errors in game one. It was more Etta Wright and Megan Dizon putting lots of pressure on.
Yeah, so that level has come down. There's a look at Etta Wright returning. Ooh, a little too much there from Maggie.
But it's a nice combination from the Brascia sisters with Mary speeding it up on the backhand and then that big forehand in the middle from Maggie. So I hope they continue to look for that.
And that has betrayed her here in game number 2. They have played great, have the Brascia sisters, but the Maggie Brascia forehand from the baseline hasn't been there. Man, it's time to go, and the level has dropped off significantly from game 1 to game 2 for Dizon and Wright.
4-9-2.
Etta Wright to serve to the oldest of the Brascia sisters. Touchdown, Mary Brascia.
One of the best celebrators we have on tour. And once again, that combination that I didn't want them to stop going for, they went right back to it, and it worked.
2 points from forcing it game 3. That is a great attack right at the body. And Maggie said, yeah, before it even hit her.
It was still traveling across the net, and she goes, yeah, she hit it right where she should have.
9-4-2.
That was awesome. Oh, a little jump, sort of a half Ernie over there when you jump over the kitchen.
That's definitely qualifies as a half Ernie. A half Ernie like that was my full Ernie.
Yeah, so me too. That was me leaping as far as I possibly could, Adam. Well done from Megan. They got to find that game 1 magic. It hasn't been found, but they will take every last visit to Freebie Factory, so they get one there.
5-9-1.
That stays in, but it was not clean at all.
It was a bit of a miss hit. I do like her stepping in aggressively and hitting that forehand and moving forward, but it definitely was a slight miss hit and maybe caused some confusion with Mary. Both players get a chance to serve, but you can only score on your serve. Oh, great power from Etta Wright. And of course, the players will call their own lines. But we do have a challenge system in place. As long as you have a timeout, you can challenge a call from your opponents.
Sure can. You get 2 per game, and we'll see if that comes into play. so. Mary Brascia sighting on the left side of the court there, Adam, at a critical juncture.
Yeah, and I would not have expected that, but here we are.
7-9-2.
And Wright has just amped up her intensity.
And the forward pressure, she moves so well forward, and with the power paired with that, it's a lot to handle.
8-9-2.
They are within one. And they are feeding at Wright, and she's saying, I love this buffet, give me more.
and a miss hit a few points ago in the corner pocket. That one is clean as it could be.
9-9-2.
2 points from winning the match. Ooh.
Side out.
That was a good roll from Wright. That first volley from Maggie Brascia was perfect. Megan Dizon wasn't even cheating to the middle, and she was still beat to the right side of her body.
And Mary Brascia has told her younger sister Maggie to fight about 211 times since they got the ball back. Let's see if they do indeed. Oh my, and that's the shot that has been misfiring, and
Game point.
the perfect storm there off the tape but in, and they've got a game point here to force a 3rd and deciding game number 3. Oh my, and touchdown Mary again, and we will play 3.
Oh, I was very worried about him after those couple points from Wright.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Yes, it was. And that, like I said, it was just great mentally to lock in and not let that game 1 affect the Brascias.
So here we go. Shot at the semifinals is at stake. Winner of this game will get there, and Mary Brascia comes out smoking.
Coming in hot, and I think we are going to need to say Megan Dizon's name quite a bit in this game 3. It's going to be a big factor for her team.
Wow. What a point from all 4 ladies, and then unfortunately for Mary, she gets a tattoo to take home.
Well, I thought we were going to get to say Megan Dizon's name very early on in that point, but it extended much longer than we thought.
Wow. My goodness, the defense from Megan Dizon was extraordinary. That's one you want to have for your highlight reel, but just great pressure from the Brascias.
Talk about controlling the kitchen line early on, and another Maggie casual inside out to set the whole thing up.
Just absolutely fun to see that. Boy, the forehand drive is going. That's a miss hit. And let's have Michelle McMahon, our 3rd person on the crew here. She's got an update on the Brascias. Go ahead, Michelle.
Dave, thanks so much. Had a chance to chat with Vinny Brascia, the father of Maggie and Mary. Said games 1 and 2 were obviously a different story. Game 1, he felt like it was more of a mental lapse than anything. Game 2, he felt like they were able to settle in. And one funny nugget from the sideline, Mary referred to her sister Maggie as the tiger, wanted her to bring some tiger energy to the court. So fun stuff there on the sideline.
Love it. Thank you, Michelle. And the Tiger is roaring again, so well done, Mary.
Man, a couple layups throughout this match, and she said the Tiger energy, and she brought it on the very next point.
Boy, and now a missed return, and much like game number 1, but the other way, the Brascias are up big. We will switch ends of the court at 6.
I mean, what spin on that cut backhand, and this is a shocking start to game 3.
This whole match is shocking, just how it has gone wildly, swinging like your favorite roller coaster here.
Yeah, that's definitely opening up too early with that front shoulder and on her back foot. So, as we mentioned, incredible play from the kitchen line. Must clean it up from the back of the court. But they have a little cushion right now.
Oh, they do. Wow, Mary Brascia has no idea how she hit the ball. She just did. Just popped it up to Megan's forehand.
Yeah, not the place to go. And the Tiger got a little tattoo.
Yeah.
Second serve.
I mean, it's the shot. Stepping into it, several feet inside the baseline. You just keep ripping that, Edda. The odds are in your favor.
Wow, a little miscommunication from the sisters there.
And Edda could have hung out. She could have hung out in the middle of the court. She saw that confusion, beelines forward, takes the next ball out of the air and puts on the full pressure.
Oh, full pressure, but not full execution.
Yeah, and Maggie, a couple feet off the kitchen line, made that leave much easier, as missed by a good 6 to 8 feet.
Big chance to switch with a 4-point lead here for the Brascia sisters. And that is what they will do thanks to a little skitter off the tape. So after getting pickled 11-0, we have switched ends of the court. Maggie Brascia to serve to Etta Wright.
6-2-1.
Oh, and wow, for that to just take a left turn, I don't even know if the blinker was on.
Yeah, and Mary Brascia, one of the best movers we have. So if she can't get it, nobody's going to get it. Unfortunate.
All set up from some great offense from Mary Brascia.
Man, really playing a nice hybrid of defense and offense and letting it fly at the right times, Dave.
Gets the ball down, and Dizon had no chance. It's now 7-2. Wow. Oh, Mary's cheering. That hits the line. This is nuts. And that is why we love women's doubles right there.
That's what it takes. And I think maybe the first time I've ever seen Etta Wright lob a ball in her whole career, and it was a perfect one. I mean, that point has it all.
Just caught the sideline earlier in that rally, so can they build off it? Man, you just can't have that when you're on that tough climb against a hot team on the other side. Got to make your third shots. Oh my, and that's her favorite ball.
Yeah, I know. They just avoided the dreaded double third shot miss, and then as sitter as it gets on the backhand side for Etta.
7-2-1.
Well done from Etta there.
Yeah, way to fill that gap in the middle. Not a terrible attack by any means from Maggie Brascia, but the length and the power of that forehand from Etta Wright. Great cover.
You see how connected the sisters are here. They are all over it, and then Mary blasts the serve about 2 feet deep, so no harm done. Man, can Megan Dizon get some offense going here? Just pulled wide, so they do get that 3rd point.
Nice counterattack from Megan Dizon.
Dizon and Etta Wright, a very talented team, 77% winning percentage. That just wide. Really close. Vicki Ryan is our head referee. They're going to appeal to her. Megan Dizon, so she can both ask the referee if they saw it and challenge it, as you mentioned before with our rules, Adam. But
I think Etta says no.
Yeah. Etta saw it out. I mean, Maggie's looking right down at it, and that's what's wild. You are judging the value of your opponent's shot that you're desperately trying to beat. Man, great lead from Mary there. Had to get the ponytail out of the way.
Yeah, and that's in play.
I know it is. So here we go. Only get one. Beautiful.
Yeah, perfect spot. So she can roll that all the way across court. So Maggie just hesitated for just a second to cover the middle.
And that is a tremendous recovery when it was very dark on that side.
Yes, this is what it takes to win a point out here, and a great lead for Megan Dizon to get her body out of the way on that last shot.
Ooh, and Mary just got jammed up a little. Short return, though.
Yes, it was, and I think that contact point was in line with her body or maybe even behind, and that's always an issue.
So this is interesting. They might not be switching, and they're not. So Mary on the left has been few and far between. But just let the tiger growl, and you're fine.
Great cross-court angle. Megan barely getting a paddle on that ball.
They are looking very comfy. And in pickleball, you have players that usually play one side or the other. Here at crunch time, they're comfortable switching it out. They'll go back to their preferred here on offense. Oh, no.
Yeah, when you're playing well and getting some fortunate breaks, that's tough to overcome. But I would say they're one of the teams that is least likely to make that switch, so that's why it's so surprising.
8-4-1.
You mentioned she doesn't lob very often. That was a lob.
That was half lob, half drop, and not the situation you want to be in when you're right in between the two.
Bailing out on the backhand. So let's see if Megan Dizon can indeed do that right here. Oh, man. I love all of it.
Yes, I do too. I mean, coming in hot, Etta weathers the storm, and then maybe slightly tough on that last ball.
Beautiful setup from Maggie to Mary.
Yes, and she lunges to the right. I don't think anyone thought she was going to take that out of the air, and Etta Wright certainly didn't.
We are at match point for the Brascia sisters.
Yeah, she's not getting cheated on any swings these last couple points.
No.
Fully going for it.
One match point is saved. How long will they keep the ball? Not long if you take a wild swing in the midcourt there.
Yeah, and I was expecting her to try to keep Etta Wright back. She went at Dizon, who was pretty there, but way too big on the swing, like you said.
Okay, Etta, so now we'll lob volley.
Yeah, 2 out of 3.
Yep.
So we'll go 2 out of 3. The one wasn't great by any means.
No.
But I still think it was a point of emphasis going into the match, given some of their previous matchups against the Kawamoto sisters.
One was dug, the second one, but not the third.
And I talked about what they needed to do, and I like what they did, but the Brascias are beating them to the offense from the kitchen line.
Second chance to close out the match and move on to the semifinals. And that catches the line, and they are still alive.
Match point.
Third try.
10-5-2.
And that sails deep. Great matrix from Megan Dizon.
She's tucked that shoulder in a couple times in the last few points. Not easy to do in the heat of the moment.
Just terrific with the flick and then the put away.
Yeah, and beating them to offense, and much better dinking from the Brascias, not giving Megan Dizon a chance to pull the triggers that she was earlier in the match.
What a shot from Mary Brascia. Love the earning from Etta. It just got beat.
Yeah, great athleticism. The Brascia's just not missing right now. Just digging and playing offense, doing it all.
Fourth try. And way too much of Megan Dizon right there.
But it shouldn't have taken 3.
No.
Given the situation, it should not have taken 3, and it did.
And now your heart beats a little faster. 4 chances to win are gone. Here's the 5th.
10-5-2.
And they stave that one off. Now it's a thing.
Yes, and I've been in this situation before. You're just praying for them to mess up.
Yes.
Just give me an error. I've had so many opportunities. I couldn't get it done, and it's real.
Can they find some offense? The answer is yes.
Yes, they can, and that was the first loose dink in maybe the last 40 or 50. We've talked about them being able to not allow Etta Wright and Megan Dizon to look for the offense. That one about head high.
6-10-1.
Oh, tried a little slippery inside. Oh, and just missed it.
Yeah, I don't hate it because Maggie Brascia did not move.
No.
She did not move. She did not see that coming 1 inch out.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. Tapping her hat. It's mental, as we talked about.
Within 3. Wow, some very safe swings on the balls that were up, but they got out of it. Will 6 be the one?
You have 7. Ten, 7-1.
The answer is no. So,
and I think the paddle head speed on that drive was a little lower than we saw earlier.
A little nervous. Lucky 7. Will that be it? Here we go again. Match point. And it catches the tape, and now the beats per minute on the Brascia sisters are through the roof.
And some of the mentalness is now going back over to Dizon and Etta Wright because they're back in it now.
And that catches, and they are within 2. Dizon and Wright come all the way back. Here they go. Wright is on a mission.
And that is a lot of pressure moving forward. She's been doing it throughout the match with mixed results, and she came through in a big moment.
Second serve. Nine, 10, 2.
And they have gotten it to 10 apiece. It's going to take at least 12 to win game 3.
10, 10, 2.
That is wide, and there is suddenly a match point on the paddle of Megan Dizon and Etta Wright.
Match point. 11, 10, 2.
And Maggie says, we are not done.
So 2 missed first volleys, and then probably the best one of the match to get the ball back.
10, 11, 1.
But now circumstances are different as they are climbing up the mountain, but just one. Oh, that just gets a little wide.
10, 11, 2.
And Etta Wright says, get that out of here.
Great two-handed backhand counter. Maggie unable to even get a paddle on that response.
Match point number 2 for Dizon and Wright. And that sails deep. Who is gonna find the answer?
11, 10, 2.
Same shot. Give me that ball back, says the Tiger, Maggie Brascia. How good is that? Twice now in the perfect spot with the perfect spin and a lot of pace. So good on those first volleys.
3 match points saved on one side, 7 on the other. Oh no. And Maggie Brascia is the 4th match point for Megan Dizon and Etta Wright. And they do not get it done.
It was a beautiful 3rd shot drive and 5th shot drop, and then just flubs the dink on the 3rd shot.
Try number 5 for Megan and Etta. Dizon and Etta Wright save 7 match points and win it 12-10 in the third. What a comeback.
Dave, thanks so much. Megan, 7 match points saved, 5 match points for you guys to close it out. How do you explain what happened in the final stretch?
My goal was just to stay positive. They were playing really well. It's tough when you win the first game 11-0 and then they play way better in the next game. So it's like we kind of had to figure out how to handle their offense. And I'm really proud of me and Etta pushing through that. And thank you to the crowd for cheering us on. It was a great match. The Brascias played amazing. So yeah, really happy to pull out that win.
Etta, you were an absolute monster offensively in the closing stretch. How would you describe the way you saw the final points play out from your perspective?
Honestly, I kind of blacked out. I was just like focused on the little ball and just hit it. And thankfully we came through, but the Brascias played really well. And yeah, no, I think this is a great one for us mentally to come back. So yeah.
Tall task ahead. You've got Anna Bright and Vivian David coming up next in the semis. What's the approach after an emotional win like this one?
Yeah, we'll probably watch maybe some of their matches, their match from today, and then come up with a game plan, get a lot of rest, and strategize for that. Yeah.
All right, ladies, congratulations. What a fun match to watch. And we're only getting started here. Dave, back over to you.